Thank you very much. How many of you watched The Secret? You know, how many of you have done affirmation? So we've all tried this, you know, creating a reality. How many of you have had success with it? Good. So magnetic creation is a new paradigm, and it has to do with magnetizing, because and also intentional. So it's creation. Now, I have been, my series of books called A Toolkit for Awakening are based on the goddess warrior on the hero's journey. Yeah, need my water already. And what the goddess warrior on the hero, so this is an archetype of the best, our goddess, warrior, and the hero. And these, oh, thank you. Excuse me. So the best of the collective, goddess, the warrior, and the hero. Goddess is being magnetic. It means allowing, loving. That's what love is. Just allowing and accepting. The warrior is, if you want to believe that you want to evolve and be a better person, then you're a warrior. And the hero has a step-by-step process to awaken. Now, even as a man, if you believe that the divine light shines within you, then you are a goddess. The divine feminine within us. So this is what the series of books. And this is the book, it isn't even here yet. It's coming out before the end of the year. Awaken Magnetic Creation, Manifesting Your Dream. And so, I don't know. Okay, so today I'm going to give you 5 principles. The principles are: acknowledge that you have mind power, and be magnetic, and set clear intentions, clear the obstacles, and live as if you already have that. This is the major principle. Now there's 12 laws, and I didn't want to give you too much intellectual. Oh, good. Does it work? Let's see. Oh, it's working. Okay, great. I don't know if they can see this. So I want to tell you a story. It's about the sitting under a wish-fulfilling tree. There was a man who was traveling far and wide. He went to many different countries looking for happiness and success. And all of a sudden, weary from his travels, he sat down on this tree. He didn't know that this is the wish-fulfilling tree. And he said, "Oh, what a beautiful spot. Only I had a home here." And magically it appeared. He went, "Wow. If only I had a partner, my life would be fulfilled." And this beautiful woman says, "Husband," and beckons him. And he says, "I'm hungry first." And then he says, I love a banquet. I love food. And the banquet appeared. And then he said, he ate, and he said, "Oh, I'm so tired. I wish I had a manservant to help me." And one appeared. So he said, "Wow, there's something weird about this. Maybe there's a demon that lives in this tree." And it appeared. He said, "I think he's going to eat me." And that's what it did. So it's a story, but we all live under this wish-fulfilling tree. We all have magical powers. And in my book, I have 2 whole chapters on quotes. It's like, to prove. We didn't really learn. The first metaphysical principle that I learned was you create your own reality. Remember? Remember that? Steph speaks. And so this is a really, really an important concept. So this is the first step we're talking. Knowledge, mind, power. And it makes us a magician. We have a magic wand inside of us. We truly are. And that's like, you have to know that. You have to really, really feel that you have this power within you. Knowing that thought is creative, it allows your mind to be an instrument of power. And we're all creating our life like it's our own movie. So we're doing it consciously or unconsciously. This is a way to make it conscious, to creatively take control of your life and consciously control. So positive change starts with that willing to acknowledge, I am a creator. Declare, proclaim, and claim that you're a creator. I want to tell you another story. The creator said, I have something about humans that they're not ready for, and I need to hide it. And the eagle, and the fish said, give it to me, I'll hide it into the deep ocean. And the creator said, no, they'll find it there. And the bear said, give it to me, I'll hide it in the deep inside the mountain. And the creator said, no, they'll find it there. And the eagle said, give it to me, I'll go into the moon and hide it there. He said, no, they'll even find it there. And Grandmother Mole came up. And although she had no eye, she could have the inner eye. And she said, put it inside them. And so it is. So we have the power within us. The secret is out. So it's like acknowledging this, that the power is within us. So this is like having a treasure, that mind is creative, that power to create and transform ourselves. So believe it. How can you believe it? Do you believe it? You believe it? I had to prove it to myself. As I told you, I went to the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Bible, all the way through the New Thought leaders. The Roman times, they tell us that we have the ability to shape matter. But it's important there's 3 levels of mind that need to be aligned. So then this is principle 2, and it is attraction is magnetism. That's what we're trying. So we are living magnets. So when you're cranky, you're drawing more crankiness. When you're loving, you draw more love. So whatever it is, because we're basically like attracts likes. Like. So when you're complaining, struggling, wanting, you stay in that vibration. So know that you have the power to create, but it's through the motion. You have an electrical mind and a magnetic emotions, and you create from the vibration. So Abraham, have you ever heard of Abraham? He's a group of, I got some of this from him, some of this from Neville, just new thoughts I just gathered. So what you say, thoughts create our feelings. Feelings create our emotions. And the emotions create the vibrations. And it's really important because you say feelings come. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is an option. So what that means is that you do not have to suffer. You're going to be pained at times. You have to stop the mind, because the mind feeds the emotions. So we're vibrational beings. The future is alive, and we influence it through our feelings, which create the vibrations. You influence with how you think and how you feel, right? So we co-create with the divine, and we co-create through our imagination, not our will. And there's 12 laws. I don't have them all for you because I didn't want to overwhelm you. The law of imagination says that whatever you imagine creates. The Spirit of God exists with us through our imagination. Because we have imagination, that's why we're like God. So that ability to imagine is what makes us goddesses.
I read something once that resonated. It said, my feelings are my God.
My feelings are my God.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Resonated.
Perfect. What this is. What happened? Okay. So you have to give up the idea that God's outside you, but claim it as your awareness. We're told that we're made in God's image. And we have a personality and a deep divine self. So this creative power resides in our imagination and repeated focus. So the magnetism is that power within us, the magnetic power, and the focus is the creative part. So whatever you imagine being, doing, having, you can do, be, and have. Can you own that? It's true. It is a fact. So setting clearance in intentions. This is the most important. Do you know what you want? What do you really want? Can someone tell me what do you really want in your life? Peace, love, and peace.
Same peace and joy.
Financial
Freedom
and help people.
Helping people, financial abundance,
And
all those things.
unconditional love.
Unconditional love.
Purpose.
Perfect. I don't want to put you on the spot.
Health and
Health and happiness. A lot of people don't know what they want. Really, they don't. Sometimes you often go through the negativity as contrast. So you're agitated. So that's telling you that what you really want is peace. Or that you're struggling and you want financially, and you want financial abundance. It's really important to put clear intentions out there. Pointed. That's why I picked this little pointed big. So the law of self-expression says that that we have free will to define our intentions. But you have to believe it. It has to be natural. If you don't be fantastic about it, you have to really think that it's in your capability. But sometimes we think too small. It's really true because you can create, $100 or $1 million. You can, but you have to believe you can. The real essence is to go for the essence of your desire, not the form. So what that means is you let go of who, what, when, where, and how. Like you say, I want a deep love relationship. I want them to be tall and blonde hair with blue eyes. You're limiting. You have to say attractive, good man, essence, not form. So again, who, what, when, where, and how. You don't have to know how. So this is going for the essence, not the form. And so basically we're in a co-creation with the divine. And what that means is we're like in an orchestra, and the conductor, and the God is the conductor, the divine force, and that we audition, and maybe he has I like the word divine instead of God, but the divine may have another plan for you. So it's in accordance with the divine force. It's a co-creation, and there's a part of the quantum healing is that we are in a co-creation with the divine force, and as viewed, so appears, and it's an interactive. So we're not there's a co-arising between. So we really are in this huge field of light, and we're in a dance of creating with the divine force, and we influence the divine, and the divine influences us. So we need to work with it. I mean, you were all kind of vague in your desires. You know, I mean, you could. One time I said, I need a carpet. I want a carpet. So I went there, and I went out. I was shopping, and I found this great carpet. It was so, third off. I mean, a third of the price. It was. I said, "Wow, I got another carpet at an expense." Then the next day, my friend said to me, "Do you want to do body work for this carpet?" It was way better. So I had to do 5 sessions, but I got this gorgeous. And then my mother sent me a Navajo rug. That week, 3 carpets in 1 week. I mean, that's how the intentions, if you want something, and when you're aligned, it fully goes. So define your goal and work with them. This is what magnetic creation is. It's really important too. So here, it's so important. The number one principle of the hero's journey, there's 6 directives. Be proactive. Focus on what you want to become, not what you want to overcome. So this is really important. When you're communicating with a partner or a friend, focus on what you want. We just got kitties, and it was a little traumatic at first, but it's like you can only give them positive enforcement. If you can't hit them or say no, I say no a lot, but you have to give them positive enforcement. And that's the same with us. So it's really important to use the mind, move forward, not back. Sometimes you need to communicate your feelings about what's happening. But when you repeat the story, that's called the drama queen. That was my sin. So this is the key to magnetic creation in the creation part. It's called different things. The law of assumption. I call it infusion, and some people call it inverse transformation. But what it means is, to simplify, you mold the future by replacing what is existing thoughts with clear mental pictures. So this is the basis of infusing what you want. That's backwards, sorry. Is living as if it is so, and that means the changing of form. To make your dreams come true, you need to hone in with some concentration. It's like your predominant mental attracts, not just what you think once in a while. So you need to spend time, work with it. If you really want something. I mean, many people want a partner. That's a big thing. And I manifested my partner, this magnetic creation. We met late in life. And I used the principles of magnetic creation, for sure. So the more concentrated, the faster they manifest. I need a timekeeper sometimes, so just, okay, thank you. So the next principle is removing the obstacle. Your desires manifest once there's an alignment and matching with the vibration. And there's 3 levels. There's the subconscious mind, the conscious mind, and the superconscious mind. So basically, the conscious mind feeds the unconscious. What you tell the subconscious. But remember, it has no sense of humor. It takes everything literal. You know, when you make fun of yourself, I'm stupid or jerk, it hears that. So it's really important to watch your conscious, what you're telling yourself, what you're talking to your friends about, what you're sharing, because
Or even what you're listening to, right? It's,
what you're listening to, it's like it's like a negative in the black room, a dark room when you're making the picture negative. So it really, really is a receptor, subconscious.
when I was being aware of that, I remember I was listening to songs or a song in particular that I used to listen to all the time, and it was thinking what I feel the lyrics. And you're like, I used to sing this all the time. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah, it's
So I
good.
stopped listening to that. I turned it off. No, never again. Yeah, people.
I need you. I can't live without
Yeah.
you. I'm gonna die.
I was like,
Yeah.
I can stop listening to some music.
Really watch what you put into your consciousness. True. So also we have many sub-personalities within us, and they pull us in different directions. So it's disrupted by different pulls within us. And I'm an astrologer, I can see this aspect of the personality, this aspect, and we're pulled. So it's really important. What obstacles do you have? What opposing thoughts do you have? For me to find my partner, when I met him, it was like he fit my picture. He was a spiritual teacher. I always wanted a co-creator. We got along really well, and we were friends. But he didn't see me at all. He liked me. Every 3 weeks he called me, and I thought he had 3 women. So it's like, he was into the form. He had different, like he wanted a partner, but he had some concept that I didn't fit. So, but it worked great for me because what I said was, I like myself. I'm good. I'm a good partner. I have a lot to offer. So my self-esteem, you have to feel worthy within. Having that worthy. And then I just decided that I really wanted a partner. And then it would be him or someone else. And I didn't attach. And then he'd call again. We'd go hiking or dancing. And then I wouldn't see him. I had no attachment. He knew that I cared, but it didn't. I was honest, but it's the worthiness and the willingness. Because for a while, my niece asked me, I'm an elder, and my niece asked me, "Are you done?" And I thought, what? So it's important to really look at that. I deserve it. I want it. I deserve it. And want is an interesting word. It's a 4-letter word that means desire, innocent desire, but it also means longing. And I have a friend who really wants a partner. She's done everything, but every so often she goes into the more poor, pitiful me, and I'm longing. Why isn't he here? I've been waiting so long. And that just pushes it away. Longing is a wanting is really saying that it's a confession that I don't have it. So we'll be careful with that longing. It's a vibration of lack. That's any misgiving is like pushing your desire away. That's anything. And that attachment. So here, wanting is sending out the vibration that something's missing. And it's called counter creating. So how are you counter creating? When the creative force and the counter creative are equal, you're in a holding pattern. So that's what my friend does. She gets in a holding pattern because she talks to him. You know, you have to act as if. You have to live as. You know, and when you're visualizing, it's important that you don't make a movie out there. You actually have to be in the movie, be in the visualization, like sitting next to you, or you say good night to him every night. Not like watching two people there doing whatever there is, whatever your deepest desires are. So as we said, when the three levels, and there's a quote, when the three minds connect, you can move. This is a paraphrasing of a Bible story. Then when the three levels are connected, you say move the mountain and the mountain will move. So this is the really important bit. And the subconscious tells the superconscious. So that's important. So this is the main key, living as if. It's like you can have what you want, you just have to be it first. The steps to getting there are being there. So this is my favorite is Neville. He was not a New Thought leader. He was in the 50s, and I read a lot of his books. And this is one of his. You become your desires when you experience life from them, rather than looking and longing for them. Living from the end, acting as if. So you have to really, really, and you know, I wish this was taught in school, because even though I'm teaching this, sometimes I catch myself. It's really, really important. We teach best what we need to learn. So we need to infuse our desires to feel, see, touch, smell, taste, hear. So I'm going to give you an example, okay? I already have the music on. Okay, so close your eyes a second. And take a deep breath. And imagine your desire. You're in a big football field. And you see your desire over there on the other side. And now walk toward it. And the desire is walking towards you. Whatever it is in the deepest level, move toward it. Feel it. What is that desire? Imagine you can hear, I'm putting my hands into potato chips and I'm crunkling it. Birds chirping. Now hear your desire. I want you to see it coming toward you. See a sunset. See a tree with blossoms on it, pink blossoms. Now see your vision. Touch a sheepskin cloth. Now touch bamboo, burlap. Now touch your desire. And as you touching and seeing and feeling it, let it walk toward you. It's walking toward you and you're walking toward it. Smell a pungent rose. Smell cinnamon baking in the oven. Bread, cinnamon bread. Smell pine tree. Now smell your desire. Feel it. What would it feel like? And imagine your desire is right there with you and you're holding it in your arms. Feel what it would feel like. Imagine a scene you're talking to a friend and you're saying, the friend is saying, congratulations, you're perfect together. Or congratulations on that job, or whatever you want. Great job. Hear it from your voice, from another voice. Imagine you're really embracing it, you're experiencing it. When you're tasting the celebration or the champagne or the dinner you're celebrating, imagine you're intertwined with it. It's becoming you, living as it. What would it mean to live as if you have this desire? Unconditional love, peace, joy, abundance, contentment, satisfaction. See, feel, touch, taste, smell, hear. Now take a photograph of this and imagine in your heart you have a rose. What color is that rose? How open is it? Put that photograph inside your heart and keep it there and feel that. Visualize it, feel it, sense it, see it. When you go into the bathroom, look in the mirror and say, you have this, I am great, I'm doing well, I'm abundant, I'm peaceful, I'm successful, I have love. What your desire, tell yourself, you can do this. So bring yourself back. Did anyone have an experience? What did you feel?
At first, I was trying to picture a person, and it was somebody that, you know, it's unconditional love. And then all of a sudden, that man actually turned into the happiest version of himself.
Great.
And then unconditional love, like the thing I desired most was the happiest version of myself. So the whole time I was just smelling and touching myself.
Well, that's great because all love starts with self.
Yeah.
That's what happened to me. I told you I'm good enough. I love myself. I deserve. And then it was like, it happened. The first time, he's a catalyst, right? First time I met him, he was taking an 8-mile hike. He's younger than I am. He was taking an 8-mile hike, and I thought, oh, I'm not fit. I'm too old. Just instantly, all my issues came up. And then as I knew him, I got better and better. It's like, you know, it's like, I felt that's it, all love. You can have what you want, you just have to be it first. And that visualization says once you truly love yourself, your partner, true love will come to you. Anyone else? You have any stories?
I just saw a lot of peace and happiness and just imagining my kids. And they were just
Great. Visualize that, see that. And when your kids are upset, you have to like, well, how are they mirroring me? How are they reflecting me?
Yeah.
Because the outer world reflects the inner world.
Yeah.
Did you have an experience? Do you want to share?
Just purpose in career, so specific job, career, and saw myself thriving and
visually, like physically how it I looked and just and receiving validation in that moment.
Anyone else? That's great. Anyone else? Okay. Do this often. Work with it. Visualize it. Sense it. The most important time is at the end of the day, because one of the laws is relaxation. You can't go like this. You can't struggle and say, "I want my manifestation." It has to be done in a relaxed state. So the most important time is right before you go to bed and right before you wake up. You know, truly. Yeah, but I mean, when you're going to bed, don't think about what went wrong during the day. Think about what you want to manifest. And so this is it. This is telling you to be essentially emotionally immersed in your deepest yearnings. So the more you get into the feeling, touch, taste, smell, all that, it manifests. Sorry, did you want that? Did you get it? Do you want it? Okay. Your desires need to be infused with an emotional and sensual intensity. This is just a repeat of what I'm saying. Now, my books this book is coming out soon, and I love my books because they're big print and there's 200 photographs. So they're books within books. So you can, people don't read, right? I mean, I buy books, and so you open them up for a message and you just read the pictures, and then there's processes in different levels. So these are taken from my book, but I've got 200 from each book. So infuse your desire with enthusiasm, pleasure, celebration, and gratitude. Gratitude always makes space for more. Gratitude is a way of love. Magnetism. Remember the magnetism? Being magnetic and then focusing on what you want. That's what it is. So when you're cranky, it's some cranky or whatever, the most important thing is to keep your vibration high. Since we get what we are, being your desires is how we manifest them. That's living from the end. Sometimes Neville talks about just creating one scene. One scene if you want that relationship, if you want that connection. You just visualize, you're in that, whatever you're doing, your congratulations,
I had a haircut too.
What?
I said my hair was short. I had a haircut and that visualization too. So.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so here's what we talked about. My friend told me to tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. So these are the keys. I told you there are 12 laws of manifestation. I'm going to give you a few more. Acknowledge that you have mind power. Know that you have the power within you. You are a magician. Own it. Own that you're a child of God, an adult of good, and that you deserve to have what you want. And that our belief, you have to believe it. So believe that you deserve it by really loving yourself, truly loving yourself. So this is it. This is a good magnetism and intention. So the keys to creating by loving, allowing, opening. That's what a goddess is. Accepting what is. You can't fight with reality. So that's a really important thing. Don't resist. Don't struggle. Surrender, allow, love, accept, appreciate. That's the key to magnetism. And then the creation is focus. Work on it. Put your mind, because your mind, we have 60,000 thoughts a day. If you put your mind on what you want, focus it with those sensual feelings, then you'll manifest it because you have the magnetism in the creation. This is an important, the law of sufficiency. Affirm that we need to generate feelings of satisfaction and enoughness. So let's say you want a new home. You got a crampy little house, and you go, oh, I hate this house. I want a new house. No, you got to say, it's okay. You got to feel that it's okay, and I want more. Because when you say no, that's what you're putting out. So there needs to be, you need to live with sufficiency in your life. That's a very important, because that vibration of magnetism. This is a really important quality. There's enough. I'm enough. That's an important sense to have. And this I was telling you, the law of reverse effort shows that the minimal of exertion. So when you're having a feeling of acceptance, right? So that's why take a nap and visualize, meditate and put it in infuse. I like to do the work I'm doing now is I have this soul source system, and to me, I have a workshop called Awaken Embodied Radiance. To me, this is the secret of life. I thought I had Goddess Warrior, the step-by-step process to awakening, but embodied radiance. So it's just take a deep breath. It's the quantum field, and then as you take a deep breath, you breathe out and you feel the quantum energy coming in. And infuse, like if your stomach hurts, you infuse your stomach. If you have a vision of desire, you infuse that desire. And so this is the magnetism. One breath is 4 breaths up and 11 down. And to me, at first I got it in my upper body. Then it took me a while to get it in my body. It's embodied radiance, down, steps into and with that, when you're embodied, that's one of the laws. The more you're in your body, the more you use breath, the faster your manifestations come. So it's really important to bring the divine into the body and bring your visions while you meditate on this. So this is a very important. And be patient. Law of time. The law of time says that it takes a while. We wouldn't want our manifestations to happen just instantly, because some of those manifestations we don't want. So it takes time. Now, Abraham said you hold the vision for 16 seconds. And when you're upset, you don't want to hold those for 16. That really infuses it. These are just afterthoughts. When you focus your intentions and you clear the counter poles, the different sizes, so and act as if, that's when your desires come. Now, I've been writing these books. I have 12 books, and 11 are written, but 8 are done. And I just looked at them, but I had this fear of coming out, and I didn't know I did. But there was like a persecution from memories or whatever it was. So that unconscious fear was holding back. So it's important that counterpoles are very unconscious. This is important. I always say, this is something better, God, for me. So always leave it into the non-attachment. Because you may desire something that's not really good for you. But never be attached to the form, as I said. You know, like a person or a particular job, or like for me, a publishing company or something. Just ask what you want and let go of the attachment. So that's my and then I'm talking about this is my work. I'm embodied radiance, and I'm an empowerment coach. I want to teach and am teaching embodied radiance. And I invite anyone to work with me if they're interested. It's the transformational journey to this God, Goddess self, embodied radiance, and elevate conscious and enhance effectiveness in your work and creative expression so we can all reach greater heights. I've been gathering information, been writing for decades. And this is my system with mythology, archetype, psychology, astrology, Enneagram, Tarot, quantum healing, and 40 years of spiritual practice. And I have a Tarot book and a Tarot deck that I created. Anyone interested in creating their own, this is a complete inner guidance system. And if you wanted to learn to read, then this would be a good system, because you open the page and there's a simple what the card would mean, and then you read the commentary and you do meditation, you ask questions. So this particular book is coming, and this book is Awaken Magnetic Creation. And my first book is called Awaken Female Power, and I wrote that in 1990, and I changed it and redid that to this format. So anybody have any questions on magnetic creation? Okay.
I'm curious if you have any practical suggestions for turning that longing into something more productive. I definitely believe and hear that what you're focusing on, you create more of. And so having that longing and that lack, that awareness of what is lacking can actually block it. Yeah.
So it's living from the end. So what is it? What are you longing?
I would say multiple things,
Okay.
but like using the example of love is a very universal one. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You have to visualize a scene. Now, you're the director, you're the producer, you're the writer and the actor of your own play. So if you could create one scene where you're together, I would suggest that one woman, she used to buy 2 tickets for things. She used to, she cleaned out her house. You need room in the house, but act as if like you want him to come in a way, and you create that. So if you would just, instead of longing, see it, say goodnight, talk to him in your car. And for me, it was, I'm good enough. I feel worthy. I didn't have the longing. I didn't attach. I mean, it was like every time I saw him, it was great, and I thought, this would be fun, but I didn't cling. I didn't have any attachment, because I knew about the law of detachment, and I knew that longing was a wanting. So if you just act as if, but really remember, don't create the movie out there. Be in it. Those that act as if, take it before you make it. mean, but you have to believe it. You have to totally love yourself.
One question.
Yeah.
I heard you say that you have a step-by-step process for people to manifest, those longings and desires. Can you say anything about that?
Yes, this is called, and I'm having a show special, and I work with one-on-ones, and I'm also doing this course next year. So identify soul astrology, and then I use tarot, and we need to discover the obstacles to manifesting. Yours could be self-love. Yours could be, believing in yourself. You don't believe it's happening. It could be many things. You have to believe it. It has to feel right. And I think I'm done. And I'm a quantum healer, and I do magic, multidimensional healing and experience.
You got
Chocolate.
8 more minutes.
What?
8 more minutes.
Oh, I thought I was done.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm done. 4:50.
Okay.
So I'm at the first booth around the corner when you walk in. So if anybody's interested, but would you sign my mailing list to hear about my magnetic creation? It's a really easy book. Anybody wants to look at it, just to show you. And this is an old copy. I added more. I really appreciate you coming and spending this time with me. And thank you so much.